And we are live.
We are live. Are we sure? Is everybody else alive out there? This is good. Okay, hello, welcome back to 2021, everybody. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. We have a new year. We have some old faces. We have new faces. We have old scenes. We have new scenes. Thank you. We hope you've all had a very happy, healthy, peaceful, joyful, enjoyable Christmas times. Basically, we hope that you have all been comfortably dealt with by the rules. If you haven't worked out, I've forgotten how to do this. My tongue's not working. So all it took was 2 weeks off and I've forgotten how to speak. Excellent stuff. So I'll shut slightly up already. Okay, so this afternoon, we will be with you at 3 o'clock and at 5 o'clock today, doing 2 different programs of scenes with 2 different lovely companies. Our first lovely company of 2021, we have all the way from Paris, although it looks very exotic. Hello, Siegffried, welcome back, lovely to have you. We have the lovely Lindsey, who is with us for the first time. Big round of applause to the first timer. Very, very lovely to have you with us. We've got Alexandra, who looks incredibly exotic. Do not mess with Alexandra today. And we've got Ashleigh, always terrific to have you with us back, Ashleigh. And Iain, safely there in the middle, is lovely to have you. And Larissa, who is back and joining us again, which is just so nice. It actually is, it's like the family comes back together, even though we're just on Zoom. So just right now, I'm going to send you lovely actors off to the tiring house. You will be called when your scene is up. We're doing 4 scenes in this little pocket of scenes. And then we're moving on to another lot at 5 o'clock. So in case you have only found us for the first time, hello and welcome. This is Shape Scene Shakespeare. My name is Lizzie. I'm the artistic director. For the next hour, I'm going to be book holder for these 4 scenes taken from different Shakespeare plays and all prepared by the actors you have just met, using only their cues and their own lines. Nobody has read the whole scene. Nobody has rehearsed together. The only bit of business that we have been practicing is one of the scenes we needed to pass some letters back and forth because that happens a lot in Shakespeare. So that's been practiced. And in our opening scene, we've got someone getting their face slapped. So we've also been practicing that. That's always fun. It's good to start the year with a little smack around the face when you're doing Cleopatra anyway. So why do we do this? Because this is the way that plays were prepared and staged during the Renaissance. So Shakespeare's own actors would have been prepared in exactly this way. So, and yes, they sometimes would have had a walkthrough, certainly of entrances and exits. They potentially did have runs of an entire plays, possibly over the Christmas holidays seems to have been quite a possible time to do that, because a lot of new plays come into the repertoires sort of after Christmas and after the summer. So it might be that the first companies to play these particular plays had 1 or 2 full runs through of the play together as a company. But even so, they did that some weeks ago. And so chances are they've forgotten. Anybody who's done any acting know that we don't remember what we're doing anyway, at least not unless we write it down. And even then we tend to forget. So spontaneity is the name of the game, and that's what we're going for today. So in order for me not to talk too much, I'm just going to run through a couple of housekeeping things. As ever, we are still doing this entirely free and unpaid. Everybody is working for free. If you are able to, our donations link is up just by just on the same page as our YouTube. So if you're able to drop some pennies in our pot, that is very much appreciated. It is not expected, but it is welcome. Again, if this is new to you, we save up those donations, and periodically the pot is shared out between members of the company who are still experiencing significant financial hardship. And also we send a percentage of it to the Stephen Lawrence Foundation, because that is something that we think is a very, very worthy cause, something that we are very keen to get more involved with as soon as the world permits. So that's a little bit of that. If you are intrigued by the idea of our technique and you would like to have a go at this yourselves, you actually can. We are running workshops starting this week with a workshop led by our very own Valentina on acting on Zoom. And then the Shakespeare stuff starts next Tuesday, so a week on Tuesday, which is the 12th. And you can find details of all these workshops on our website, on our Facebook, on our Twitter, and on our Instagram. So if nothing else, you've got no excuse. Facebook, Shake Scene Shakespeare, you'll find us. You go to Twitter at Shake Scenery, because I thought that was funny. And there we go. So you can find out, and you could possibly be joining us. We have a 2-hour workshop on the 12th, which introduces the main fun and games behind performing from cues and using first folio text, which is what we use. And then on the 19th, there is a second part to that. These workshops function independently. You can drop in and out. You can do one, you can do all 4. We'd be very happy to see you either way. So do get onto our social medias and have a look. So in order for you to know what you could be part of, I am now going to shut up and introduce the first scene for this afternoon. Excuse me if my eyes are wandering. I'm just reshuffling my page so that I can see the script. My job during these episodes is that when we're performing on stage, then I'm there to feed lines to anybody who forgets a line or if something goes wrong. Similarly, it's not a question of if somebody forgets. In this live arena, it's more a question of if someone's internet dies, or if some other glitch or gaffe happens, then I pipe up occasionally just to fill in a gap and make sure that everything continues to run. So as the job of bookholder, that's what I do. Okay, so we are going to go to Egypt, and I don't know about you where you are. I'm sitting under a glass roof and it's suddenly started raining and looks very, very grey. So thank you, January, for doing your thing. So on a grey January afternoon, let's go to Egypt, to the court of Cleopatra, which is a very warm and sunny and love-filled place to be. Apart from at the moment, it's not such a happy place because Cleopatra is very much missing her beloved Mark Antony, who is off doing his duty for the city of Rome. So let us go to the court of Cleopatra and see how things are going there today. Can I just double check that everybody is ready to play? We have our Cleo, Charmian, Mardian, and Messenger. Just click off your mics and say, yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Ready. Ready.
Awesome. See that? This is how I like to call my seats. You just say, are you there? And they go, yes, we are. Right. Okay, guys, some things don't change. The minute I'm gone, the stage is yours. Please take us to Egypt.
Give me some music. Music! Moody food of us that trade in love.
The music, ho!
Let it alone. Let's to billiards. Come, Charmian.
My arm is sore. Let's play with Mardian.
As well a woman with an eunuch played as with a woman. Come, you'll play with me, sir?
As well as I can, madam.
Oh, none now. Give me mine angle. We'll to the river there, my music playing far off. I will betray tawny little fishes. My bended hook shall pierce their slimy jaws, and as I draw them up, I'll think them every one an Antony, and say, ha, you're caught.
'Twas merry when you wagered on your angling, when your diver did hang a fish on his hook, which he with fervency drew up.
But time, oh, times, I loved him out of patience, and that night I loved him into patience. And next morn, ere the 9th hour, I drunk him to his bed, then put my tires and mantles on him, whilst I wore his sword. Philippa. Oh, from Italy. Ram thou thy fruitful tidings in mine ear that long time have been barren.
Madam? Madam?
Antonio's dead. If thou say so, villain, thou kill'st thy mistress. But well and free, if thou so yield him, there is gold, and here my bluest veins to kiss. A hand that kings have lipped and trembled kissing.
First, madam, he's well.
There's more gold. But Sarah, Mark, we used to say the dead are well. Bring it to that. The gold I give thee will I melt and pour down thy ill-uttering throat. I'll pour it down thy ill-uttering
hear me?
throat. No, I'll go to. I will. But there's no goodness in thy face if Antony be free and healthful, so tart a favour to trumpet such good tidings.
Please hear
If
me.
not well, thou shouldst come like a fury crowned with snakes, not like a formal man.
Madame is well.
Wilt please you hear me?
I have a mind to strike thee ere thou speak'st. Yet if thou say Antony lives, 'tis well. Or friends with Caesar, or not captive to him, I'll set thee in a shower of gold and hail rich pearls upon thee.
Madam, he is well.
Well said.
Yeah, friends with Caesar.
Oh, thou art an honest man.
Caesar and he are greater friends than ever.
Oh, make thee a fortune from me.
But madam.
But yet, it does allay the good proceedings fire upon, but yet is as a jailer to bring forth some monstrous malefactor. Prithee, friend, pour out the pack of matter to mine ear, the good and bad together. He's friends with Caesar, in state of health, thou sayest, and thou sayest, free.
Free, madam, no, I made no such report. He is bound unto Octavia.
For what good turn?
For the best turn in the bed.
I am pale. Charmian?
Madam, he's married to Octavia.
The most infectious pestilence upon thee!
Madam, patience.
What sayest thou? Hence, horrible villain, or I'll spurn thine eyes like balls before me. I'll unhair thy head. Thou shalt be whipped with wire and stewed in brine, smarting in lingering pickle.
Gracious madam, I do bring the news. Made not the match.
Say 'tis not so. Profits will I give thee and make thy fortunes proud. The blow thou hadst shall make thy peace for moving thee to rage, and I will boot thee with what gift beside thy modesty can beg.
He is married, madam.
Thou hast lived long enough.
Then I'll run. What mean you, madam? I have made no fault.
Good madam, keep yourself within yourself. The man is innocent.
Some innocents escape not the thunderbolt. Out to Egypt into Nile, and kindly creatures turn all to serpents.
And there we go. That's our first dose of scene playing today. Wow. That's a great way to start. Thank you guys for giving it so much energy. And thank you to the internet for keeping us all so much on our toes. Tell you, nothing like live theatre. I know people say, well, Zoom theatre, it's not the same on the internet. No, it's not. It's every bit as risky. There's no difference between being here and actually being on a stage. In fact, in some respects, this is worse. So, yeah. Okay, hoping everybody's okay. There we go. That's good. Now, we're going to have a complete change of scene, a complete change of play, and a complete change of story. We're going to stick in grey and cold old England. It's just got several degrees nastier here while we've been doing that scene. And we're going into Henry IV, Part 1. And this is a scene that we have done once before, some time ago last year. We will be doing this whole play later this year. So hang around for a little more news on scheduling. But we are going to have an adventure into some of the histories, maybe even all the histories, depending how I feel about it by the time we get that far. So as the rain increases on the roof. Oh my gosh, it's hailing. So we are going to the court of King Henry IV, which is not currently a happy place. We're actually going to be we're going to be meeting with Harry Percy, known as Hotspur, who is the son of the Earl of Northumberland and his uncle, who is the Earl of Worcester. So these are the mighty subjects, some arguably would say the overmighty subjects, who were sort of compact with Henry Bolingbroke in Richard II in putting King Richard there off the throne and making Henry Bolingbroke into King Henry IV. So now it's a few years later on in the reign of King Henry, but the Percys are not happy. They are not getting what they want from someone that they feel is kind of, well, this is their king. They made him king. Why is he not being a little nicer to them? They have been summoned to court. They have been reprimanded. Young Henry Percy has been required to deliver up certain hostages that he has taken in the Scottish Wars. He's not happy about that. There's generally quite a large level of not happy going on. So we're going to meet these three very feisty lords of England and see what they have to tell us. So can I just check that I can see Hotspur, you're ready. Do we have a Worcester and Northumberland? Are you ready to roll?
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Righty-ho. So after a little adventure in Egypt, let's go and see what happens in Henry's court. Okay, guys, as soon as I'm gone, stage is yours. Deep breaths, everybody. Let's just enjoy. See you in a bit.
Speak of Mortimer. Yes, I will speak of him, and let my soul want mercy if I do not join with him. In his behalf, I'll empty all these veins and shed my dear blood drop by drop in the dust, but I will lift the downfall Mortimer as high in the air as this unthankful king, as this ingrate and cankered Bolingbroke.
Brother, the king hath made your nephew mud.
Who struck this heat up after I was gone?
He will, forsooth, have all my prisoners. And when I urged the ransom once again of my wife's brother, then his cheek looked pale, and on my face he turned an eye of death, trembling even at the name of Mortimer.
I cannot blame him. Was he not proclaimed by Richard that dead is the next of blood?
He was. I heard the proclamation. And then it was when the unhappy king, whose wrongs in us got pardon, did set forth upon his Irish expedition, from whence he intercepted, did return to be deposed, and shortly murdered.
And for whose death we in the world's wide mouth live scandalized and foully spoken of.
But soft, I pray you. Did King Richard then proclaim my brother Mortimer heir to the crown?
He did. Myself did hear it.
Nay then, I cannot blame his cousin king that wished him on the barren mountain starved. But shall it be that you that set the crown upon the head of this forgetful man, and for his sake wore the detested blot of murderous subordination? Shall it be that a world of curses undergo, being the agents or base second means, the cords, the ladder, or the hangman rather? Oh, pardon if that I descend so low to show the line and the predicament wherein you range under this subtle king. Shall it for shame be spoken in these days, or fill up chronicles in time to come, that men of your nobility and power did gauge them both in an unjust behalf, as both of you, God pardon it, have done, to put down Richard, that sweet, lovely rose, and plant this thorn, this canker Bolingbroke, and shall it in more shame be further spoken that you are fooled, discarded, and shook off by him for whom these shames ye underwent. Therefore, I say,
Peace, cousin! Say no more. And now I will unclasp a secret book, and to your quick conveying discontents, I'll read you matter deep and dangerous, as full of peril and adventurous spirit as to o'erwake a current, roaring loud on the unsteadfast footing of a spear.
If he fall in, good night. Or sink or swim, send danger from the east unto the west, so honor cross it from north to south, and let them grapple. The blood more stirs to rouse a lion than start a hare.
Imagination of some great exploit drives him beyond the bounds of patience.
By heaven, methinks it were an easy leap to pluck bright honor from the pale-faced moon, or dive into the bottom of the deep, where fathom line could never touch the ground, and pluck up drowned honor by the locks, so he that doth redeem her thence might wear without co-rival all her dignities, but out upon this half-faced friendship.
He apprehends a world of figures here, and not the form of what he should attend. Good cousin, give me audience for a while, and list to me.
I cry you mercy.
Those same noble Scots that are your prisoners.
I'll keep them all. By heaven, he shall not have a Scot of them. No, if a Scot would save his soul, he shall not. I'll keep them by this hand.
You start away, and lend no ear unto my purposes. Those prisoners you shall keep.
Nay, I will, that's flat. He said, I would not ransom Mortimer, forbade my tongue to speak of Mortimer. But I will find him when he lies asleep, and in his ear I'll holla Mortimer. Nay, I'll have a sterling shall be taught to speak nothing but Mortimer, and give it him to keep his anger still in motion.
Hear you, cousin. A word.
All studies here I solemnly defy, save how to gall and pinch this Bolingbroke, and that same sword and buckler Prince of Wales. But that I think his father loves him not, and would be glad he met with some mischance, I would have poisoned him with a pot of ale.
Farewell, kinsman. I'll talk to you when you are better tempered to attend.
Why, what a wasp-tongued and impatient fool art thou to break into this woman's mood, tying thine ear to no tongue but thine own.
Why, look you, I am whipped and scourged with rods, nettled and stung with pismires, when I hear of this vile politician Bolingbroke. In Richard's time, what do you call the place? A Plegapunt. It is in Gloucestershire. 'Twas where that madcap Duke his uncle kept, his uncle York, where I first bowed my knee unto this king of smiles, this Bolingbroke, when you and he came back from Ravensperg.
At Berkeley Castle.
You say true. Why, what a caudy deal of courtesy this fawning greyhound then did proffer me. Look, when his infant fortune came to age, and gentle Harry Percy, and kind cousin, oh, the devil take such cousiners, God forgive me, good uncle, tell your tale, for I have done.
Nay, if you have not, to it again we'll stay your leisure.
I have done, in sooth.
Then, once more to your Scottish prisoners. Deliver them up without their ransom straight, and make the Douglas son your only mean for powers in Scotland, which for diverse reasons, which I shall send you written, be assured will easily be granted you, my lord. Your son in Scotland, being thus employed, shall secretly into the bosom creep of that same noble prelate, well beloved, the Archbishop.
Of York, is not?
True, who bears hard his brother's death at Bristow, the Lord Scrope. I speak not this in estimation, as what I think might be, but what I know is ruminated, plotted, and set down, and only stays but to behold the face of that occasion that shall bring it on.
I smell it. Upon my life, it will do wondrous well.
Before the game's afoot, thou still lett'st slip.
Why, it cannot choose but be a noble plot. And then the power of Scotland and of York to join with Mortimer. Ha!
And so they shall.
In faith, it is exceedingly well aimed.
And 'tis no little reason bids us speed to save our heads by raising of a head. Forbear ourselves as even as we can. The king will always think him in our debt, and we think ourselves unsatisfied, till he hath found a time to pay us home. And see already how he doth begin to make us strangers to his looks of love.
He does. We'll be revenged on him.
Cousin, farewell, no further go in this. Then I by letters shall direct your course when time is ripe, which will be suddenly. I'll steal to Glendower and Low Mortimer, where you and Douglas and your powers at once, as I will fashion it, shall happily meet to bear our fortunes in our own strong arms, which now we hold at much uncertainty.
Farewell, good brother. We shall thrive, I trust.
Uncle, adieu. Ho, let the hours be short, till fields and blows and groan applaud our sport.
And off they go, ready to make trouble and rebellion in England. And if you are curious to know more about that particular story, then join us in March. We're going to be doing that play then. I'll tell more about that then. And so we will come to more information on that a little later. But thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. That was lovely, beautifully read. Well done, Lindsay. You're definitely in the crazy gang now. You're definitely one of us. Yeah, we are family, but I do also call us the crazy gang because you kind of are a little bit for doing this. Right. Now we're going on to a scene from Twelfth Night because it's still within the 12 days of Christmas now, so it seems appropriate. But also, we had so much fun before Christmas doing Twelfth Night. Don't worry if you missed it; it'll be back on our circuit of plays as we work through the year. More on that later. So don't worry. But just in case you fancy a little trip into the house of the Lady Olivia to find out what's going on in Illyria. I'm getting all my kingdoms mixed up, so I'm thinking about 4 different plays at the moment. So we're going to take a visit there right now. So what's been going on for Lady Olivia? Well, she started the play in pretty bad shape because her father and her brother both recently died, and she had gone into a very deep mourning, which was supported by her steward, the Malvolio, depending on your point of view, the extremely upright and correct Malvolio, or the killjoy and unctuous Malvolio, depending whether you are on his side or the side of basically the rest of her household. Now, in order to teach Malvolio a lesson, her cousin Sir Toby, his friend Sir Andrew, a disaffected servant Fabian, and even her own lady-in-waiting Maria have cooked up a little revenge plot against Malvolio. He has been, he's received a letter that he believes is from the beautiful and rich Lady Olivia, suggesting that she is, how should we say, kindly disposed towards him. This made him extremely happy, not surprisingly. What we're going to see in this scene is the result of that particular bit of trickery and what comes next. So I think we've got everybody in this scene. Just double check. Yeah, because we have now. One thing I forgot to say at the beginning, I apologize to everybody. We are missing one of our expected cast members at the moment because Neha Orai is not well today. Wishing you very well, Neha. I hope you feel better very soon. But it does mean that Olivia in this scene has had about an hour and a half's warning and opportunity to prep. So as ever, this is the kind of work where we can do this very, very quickly because here is your part, prepare it. But we normally, I like to give people more than like an hour and a bit to get their head around their lines. So Alexandra is taking over as Olivia, and we also had Ashleigh who stepped in as Charmian in our first scene. Thank you both very much for that. So just checking, is everybody ready backstage? We have Larissa, Iain, Siegffried, Ashleigh, and Alexandra.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Right, folks, before I tie my tongue in any more knots, you guys take the scene and show us what's going to happen next in this little revenge plot against Malvolio. Deep breaths, everybody. Have fun. I'll see you on the other side.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He is glad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio? Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam.
What?
He's coming, madam, but
Why?
in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Oh, ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering. But what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Well, not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request. Yes, nightingales answer doors.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Uh-huh.
some achieve greatness,
Well, what sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commanded thy yellow stocking,
Yellow stockings.
and wish to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered.
Go to, thou maid, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
Not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him. She incites me to that in the letter. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. When she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, Not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. Nothing that can be can come between me and the prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he, in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drowned in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. Here he is. How's it with you, sir? How's it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you do have a care of him.
Aha! Does she so?
Go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is it with you? What man defy the devil? Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La, you, and you speak ill of how he take it at heart. Pray God, he be not bewitched.
Here is water to this wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning. If I live, my lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Pray thee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why now? How now, my barcock? How dost thou chuck?
Sir.
Hi, Biddy. Come with me.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Oh, go hang yourselves all. Your idle shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken the inspection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance, till a very past time, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him, at which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for finder of madmen. But see.
But we can't see any more just now. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, that play is so naughty. You sort of, every time I see it, I forget that somehow that there is a deep well of darkness in there, but it's so funny and it's so human and it's just so enjoyable. It's very kind of Days of Misrule. By the way, if you hear distant thunder at the moment, it's not because of the weather. It's because our company mascot, this is my cat, who has decided to join us this afternoon. She worked out a while ago that when I'm sitting at my desk working, that means I am available to be a lap. So we have a little extra cat magic helping us through our final scene for this section. Remember, we will be back at 5 o'clock today doing 4 more scenes with a bunch of different actors. So please do drop on by. We will not be on next week, not live, although all our scenes will be up, and so will our Midsummer Night's Dream, which we left running over Christmas as a little extra sort of something to watch. But we will be back in 2 weeks' time with our next play. I'll tell you about that after this scene. So just for fun, we're going to do one of our absolute favourite scenes from last year. We're going to Windsor and we're going to meet Mistress Page and Mistress Ford. Yes, I know we do this one a lot. I promise we won't, you know, I will keep it in the mix, but I'll try not to do it for. It's just that it's so much fun to get everyone to do this one. And yeah, it's just one of those. It's fun to do. So Mistress Page and Mistress Ford, can I just check if you are there and ready?
Ready.
Right, there we are. So we're going to, so this is another play that we are going to do later this year. It is scheduled for, checking my notes, May. So we should be doing this one around about then. This is Merry Wives of Windsor. And this is the play allegedly written at the command of Queen Elizabeth, who wished to see a play about Sir John Falstaff in love. I'm not entirely sure she got what she wanted, because I don't think Falstaff actually falls in love, but it is a great old rollicking romp of a play. It's extremely silly, it's great fun, and quite frankly, there are times when you say, well, what more do you want in a good entertainment? So Mistress Page, the wife of the worthy Master Page of Windsor, has received a surprising letter, which she is going to read with great attention, and I suspect she'll want to compare it or get the advice of her best friend, Mistress Ford. Now, Mistress Ford doesn't have quite such a good time in Windsor as Mistress Page, but these two ladies are the merry wives of the title, and they seem to have a pretty good time of it between them. So, Page and Ford, for the last time in this round of scenes, the scene is yours. I'll see you afterwards. Have fun.
Have scaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am now a subject for them. Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love use reason for his position, he admits him not for his counsellor. You are not young. Oh, no more am I. Go to then. There's sympathy. You are merry, so am I. And there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page. At the least, if the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. Buy me thine own true knight by day or night, or any kind of light with all his might, for thee to fight. John Falstaff. O wicked, wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age, to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behaviour has this blemish drunken picket, the devil's name, out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he has not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? Why, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust promised me I was coming to you. Oh, you look very ill.
I'll never believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then. Yet I say, I could show you the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
Oh, what's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honour.
Hang the trifle, woman. Take the honour. What is it? Dispense. What trifles? What is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Thou liest. Sir Alice Ford.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Read! Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worse of fat men. His words do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100 psalms to the tune of green sleeves. What tempest I trow through this whale with so many tons of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor. How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter. For letter. But that's the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of the letter. Let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank space for different names, sure more. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion well. I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
This is the very same. The very hand, the very words. What does he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. For sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I. If he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting. Give him a show of comfort in his suit.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the cherryness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter, it would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Why, look where he comes, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's counsel together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
And off they go to have a little plot. And again, if you want to know more about what happens to Falstaff and the Merry Wives, then hang around, come back and join us and see the full play, which should be in May. Right, come on, cast, back we come on. Thank you all very much. Working so hard this afternoon. Thank you those who took on parts at short notice. Thank you. Lovely to have you back. Lindsay, you are very definitely in the family now, as I said before. Thank you. Iain, lovely to see you. Always a pleasure to see the rest of you. I'll be back here at 5 o'clock with another group. See you then if you can join us. We will not be on next week doing anything live, but our scenes and Midsummer Night's Dream will still be up. Winter's Tale will be on at 3 o'clock on the 17th, because A Sad Tale may be best for winter, but it's also a spring play. So that's what we're doing in January. And then it'll be into the histories. So thank you so much. Please do chat with us by Twitter or by leaving us a message here. And again, if you want to join in any of our workshops and have a go at this particularly enlightening technique, then please join in. Again, we have one workshop starting on Wednesday on Zoom acting, and then as of Tuesday the 12th, we are doing our How to Do Shakespeare from Cues acting workshops, starting with Larissa, who was our lovely Mrs. Page just now, and all the rest of them will be running during the next couple of weeks. So please come and join us again. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for your donations if you're able. If not, then thank you for joining us anyway. Have yourselves a safe and healthy week. I know that this is proving to be a particularly complicated January, but well, we're still here. You know, we will still be here entertaining you for as long as we are needed, and probably a bit longer, because that's what actors are like. All right, everybody, have yourselves the rest of a good Sunday. I will see you at 5 o'clock if possible. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Goodbye, all of you. Valentina, take us off the air. We'll be back later. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.